Let us continue carbonyl compounds preparation. In that dry distillation of calcium salts of fatty acids that we will take. Now we will take a compound CH2, CH2, COO, Ca, here CH2, CH2, COO. This compound we have taken. How to prepare this compound we will see. Now we will take carboxylic acid, respective carboxylic acid we will take. Respective carboxylic acid we are taking. This carboxylic acid name is what means adipic acid. Then calcium hydroxide will take. Calcium hydroxide we are taking. Calcium hydroxide. What is happening means here water molecule is leaving. Here also water molecule is leaving. What we are getting means so and so salt. Therefore, it is called what in the sense calcium adipate. It is called calcium adipate. This calcium adipate on dry distillation. This calcium adipate on dry distillation gives what we will see. This calcium carbonate will be removed. So what is the rest in the sense? The rest will be this. So we are getting so and so compound. Okay, we are getting a cyclopentanone. We are getting cyclopentanone. We are getting calcium carbonate is leaving. Cyclopentanone we got. Okay. Next we will see alkynes. Alkynes undergo hydration. Alkynes undergo hydration. That process we will see. Alkynes on hydration gives what? That we will see. Okay. Now we will take acetylene. Acetylene we have taken, it is undergoing hydration. Hydration is possible in the presence of acid. Okay. So hydration is possible in the presence of acid we can take, and even in the presence of catalyst. So this an hydration in the sense one side H plus, one side OH minus we have to add. Suppose this side H plus, this side OH minus means we will get like this. Okay. This undergoes a tautomerism. Here tautomerism is possible. This bond is shifting here, this bond is shifting here. So this carbon is getting negative charge. This is H plus. This negative charge carbon takes this H plus and becomes what in the sense CH3, CHO. So alkynes on hydration gives what in the sense aldehyde or ketone. So aldehyde we have seen. So next alkyne we'll see. We'll take next alkyne we'll take. Suppose we are taking a propine we will take. We are taking propine. So hydration in the sense what? One side H plus, one side OH minus. Which side H plus? That means this side H plus, this side OH minus. That means which side less number of hydrogens are there? That side OH minus. This carbon is having less number of hydrogens, so OH minus. This carbon is having more number of hydrogens, therefore H plus. Okay. So we will give CH3, C, OH minus. Here a double bond, triple bond becomes a double bond, and this CH. Now this OH minus we can write it as a O single bond H. Now we will see the bond migration. This bond is migrating here, this bond is migrating here. H plus goes to this place. Therefore, due to tautomerism, we are getting a CH3, C double bond O, CH. Here already one H is adding means it is CH2 now. Now this hydrogen comes, therefore CH3. We are getting ketone. Okay. Therefore, acetylene gives what in the sense acetaldehyde. Remaining alkynes will give what in the sense ketone on hydration. So alkynes on hydration in the sense acetylene alone gives acetaldehyde. Remaining alkynes giving what in the sense ketone we can say. Okay. Next we will see ozonolysis. We'll see ozonolysis also result carbonyl compounds. Okay. Now in the ozonolysis we will take a alkene. We will take alkene on ozonolysis gives what we will see. For example, we are taking ethylene. Ethylene undergoing ozonolysis means ethylene reacting with ozone. So what we have to do means this CH2 we have to write. This CH2 also we will write. That ozone contains 3 oxygen atoms. That 3 oxygen atoms will write. Now this oxygen making a bond with carbon in this manner. In this manner, oxygens making a bond. Oxygen can make 2 bonds. So each oxygen is having 2 bonds here. Now carbon is having 4 bonds, therefore between carbons no bond is present. This is called what in the sense ozonoid we can say. This is not ozonoid. This ozonoid is reacting with what in the sense water. This ozonoid is reacting with water. Okay. Reacting with water in the sense what it will give. This ozonoid is reacting with water. Okay. So what it is giving that we will see. This bond is breaking, this bond is breaking, and this bond is breaking. So this becomes what in the sense formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. This becomes what in the sense formaldehyde. Then this water takes this oxygen. This water takes this oxygen and becomes what in the sense hydrogen peroxide. This hydrogen peroxide gives nascent oxygen. Then hydrogen peroxide becomes water. This nascent oxygen oxidizes formaldehyde into formic acid. So aldehyde is oxidizing to give carboxylic acid. Therefore, this is called a oxidative ozonolysis. We can call this is as a oxidative ozonolysis. Oxidative ozonolysis. Oxidative ozonolysis means the produced hydrogen peroxide. The produced hydrogen peroxide oxidizes aldehyde into carboxylic acid. Okay. Next, what we will do means this ozonolysis, this ozonide will treat this with water in the presence of zinc. In the presence of zinc. So what will happen? That we'll see. This ozonide we are taking for hydrolysis in the presence of zinc. This water taking this oxygen and becomes hydrogen peroxide. Then this bond is breaking. This part becomes formaldehyde. Then this part also becomes formaldehyde. Okay. Then this hydrogen peroxide gives water and nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is taken by zinc rather than taken by formaldehyde. Therefore, zinc becomes zinc oxide. Formaldehyde is not undergoing oxidation. This hydrogen peroxide is giving nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is preferentially taken by zinc rather than formaldehyde. So zinc is taking this nascent oxygen preferentially when compared to formaldehyde. So zinc is converting into zinc oxide, but formaldehyde is remaining as aldehyde itself. This is called what in the sense reductive ozonolysis. Reductive ozonolysis we will say. Okay, so reductive ozonolysis means the obtained aldehyde is not converting into carboxylic acid. So we have to add zinc for that. Oxidative ozonolysis in the sense the obtained aldehyde is converting into carboxylic acid. Okay, therefore this ozonolysis means what we have to do, how to say the product, how to say the product for ozonolysis. Okay, so what we have to do in the sense for ozonolysis means a given reactant you take for ozonolysis. Then break the double bond, break the double bond completely, break the double bond completely. Okay, then give oxygen on either side, here one oxygen, here one oxygen. This is the product. Okay, so you take the reactant, break the double bond completely, and give one oxygen each on left and right. So now it is formaldehyde, it is formaldehyde. It is reductive ozonolysis. Oxidative ozonolysis means what you have to do means convert aldehyde into carboxylic acid. Convert aldehyde into carboxylic acid, that is oxidative ozonolysis products. Okay, so now we will see next ozonolysis reaction. We will see. Now we are given is a propene given. Sir, ozonolysis product is what we will see. Break the double bond completely. Break the CC double bond. Remaining bonds don't break. Okay. Break the double bond. Give oxygen on either side. Now it is acetaldehyde. It is called formaldehyde. Reductive ozonolysis means it is a product. Suppose oxidative ozonolysis means what you have to do means convert aldehyde into carboxylic acid. So the CHO you write it as carboxylic acid. And HCHO formaldehyde also you write it as carboxylic acid, formic acid. Okay. Suppose given alkene is this. Given alkene is this. Given double bond is this. On ozonolysis, what is a product? Break double bond completely. Break the double bond completely. Okay. So the remaining two things we have written. Give oxygen on each side. So you are getting acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is the product. Here only one product will get acetaldehyde. Why? Because it is symmetric alkene. This alkene is symmetric. Symmetric means on either side of double bond same thing is there, therefore it is called symmetric alkene. The previous case, if you see unsymmetric alkene, the double bond either side, if you see same thing is not there. This side CH3 CH, right side CH2 is there. So it is called unsymmetric alkene. Unsymmetric alkene gives two products. Symmetric alkene gives only one product. If you want ozonolysis, oxidative ozonolysis means convert aldehyde into carboxylic acid. Okay. Suppose we are taking the alkene is like this. The alkene we are taking like this. Okay. So on ozonolysis, what is the product? Break the double bond completely. So you are breaking the double bond completely. You are breaking. Okay. You have broken double bond completely. Then give oxygen on either side. So this is acetone. This is acetaldehyde. This is acetone. We can say. This is acetaldehyde. We can say. Now oxidative ozonolysis means what you have to do means convert aldehyde into carboxylic acid. So we are writing acetaldehyde into acetic acid. We are writing. Ketone don't touch ketone. Ketone write as it is. Ketone you write as it is. Okay. Ketone you have to write as it is. Therefore, reductive ozonolysis means aldehyde under or ketone is the product. Oxidative ozonolysis means aldehyde you convert into carboxylic acid. Ketone don't convert. Ketone you write as it is. Okay. This is about ozonolysis of alkene. Okay. Now we will take some other thing we will take. Okay. Now we will take a CH3, CH, double bond, CH, CH, CH2, CH, double bond, CH2. Like this we will take. So this on ozonolysis, what is the product we will see. Break the double bond completely. Okay. Break the double bond. So we are breaking this double bond. So remaining things write separately. Okay. This and this separate. Okay. This and this separate. Then CH2, CH. Break this double bond completely. So this and this separate. Okay. Separately we have written. Give oxygen on either side. Here double bond we have broken. So left side one oxygen, right side one oxygen. Here double bond we have broken. So left side one oxygen, right side one oxygen we have given. Okay. This is called acetaldehyde. This is what in the sense CH2, CHO, CHO. It is a compound. Okay. This is called what in the sense formaldehyde. CH2O is called formaldehyde. Okay. It is reductive ozonolysis. Oxidative ozonolysis means we have to convert this into acetic acid. This we have to convert into malonic acid. Malonic acid in the sense CH2, COH, COH, malonic acid. Malonic acid. This formaldehyde is converting into formic acid. Oxidative ozonolysis means we have to say like this. Suppose here instead of H, what is there means CH3 is there. Then what is the product on ozonolysis? Okay, here instead of H we will write CH3 we will write. Okay, so it is acetone. In reductive ozonolysis we have to say acetone. Even in oxidative ozonolysis also acetone only we have to say. Okay, so how alkene undergoes ozonolysis we have seen. So next, alkyne on undergoing ozonolysis. Alkyne undergoing ozonolysis, that we'll see. Now acetylene we will take. We have taken acetylene. Ozonolysis means it is reacting with ozone. Sorry, ozone will write. Now HC we have written. Here also CH we have written. Ozone means 3 oxygens you write. Oxygen is making 2 bonds. Oxygen is making 2 bonds, like this you write. Then here carbon, you see carbon is having 3 bonds. Therefore remaining 1 bond you write between 2 carbons. Now you see the carbon is having 4 bonds. It is called ozonoid, for which in the sense for triple bond. CC triple bond means the ozonoid will be like this. In the ozonoid between carbon atom single bond will be there. Okay. Next, treat this with water. Okay. It is treated with water. Now this water is taking this oxygen and this bond is breaking. So what you are getting means HC double bond O, carbon carbon single bond is there. This is the product, and hydrogen peroxide you will get. Okay. Hydrogen peroxide you are getting. This is called what in the sense glyoxal. This is called glyoxal. It is called glyoxal. Now here also reductive ozonolysis and oxidative ozonolysis is there. Reductive ozonolysis means it is a product. Oxidative ozonolysis means what you have to do? Aldehyde you convert into carboxylic acid. Aldehyde you convert into carboxylic acid. Therefore, oxalic acid you will get. This aldehyde CHO is converting into carboxylic acid. This CHO also converting into carboxylic acid. Therefore, what is the product means oxalic acid is the product. Okay, this is oxalic acid, but it is called glyoxal. Okay, so and so product we are getting. So alkynes in the sense carbon carbon triple bond is converting into carbon carbon single bond. Okay, so on ozonolysis we are getting carbonyl compounds we said. Okay, next we will see Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent will take with the Grignard reagent we will get aldehyde and ketone. How we are getting that we will see. Okay, how to prepare carbonyl compounds using Grignard reagent, that we'll see. Now we'll take HCN, we'll take hydrogen cyanide, we'll take this we'll treat with what in the sense Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent will take Grignard reagent. What is a solvent in the sense a dry ether is the solvent. Dry ether is the solvent. So how the reaction takes place that we'll see now. Here this bond is shifting to CH3 carbon. The carbon gets a negative charge. That negative charge is attacking this carbon. It is electrophile. This pi bond is migrating to this N. N is getting negative charge. This negative charge is attacking this positive charge magnesium. Therefore, we are getting HC. The C is bonding with the CH3. Triple bond is converting into double bond. N is making bond with the MgBr. N is making bond with the MgBr. This is taken for hydrolysis in the presence of acid. It is taken for hydrolysis in the presence of acid. So how the hydrolysis takes place, we will see. This bond we are breaking. This nitrogen side will give H plus, carbon side will give OH minus. Okay. This another bond also we are breaking. Nitrogen side will give H plus, carbon side we are giving OH minus. This nitrogen magnesium bond we will break. Nitrogen side H plus will give, magnesium side OH minus will give. Okay. Now what we'll get, we'll see this carbon is having two OH groups. That carbon is having two OH groups. That carbon is having two OH groups. Okay. This N is taking 3 hydrogens and becoming ammonia. This Mg is making bond with OH. Mg is making bond with OH. Like this we are getting. Next step. Now this bond will shift here. This bond will shift here. Okay. Therefore, what we will get in the sense acetaldehyde we will get. We are getting what compound in the sense acetaldehyde is the compound we are getting. Okay. So HCN on reaction with the Grignard reagent gives adduct. This adduct on hydrolysis in the presence of acid gives what in the sense carbonyl compound, that is acetaldehyde we are getting. Okay. Now we will replace this H by CH3. Now what we will get, we will see. Okay. So now we will replace this H by CH3. That H by CH3 will replace. Now this H is replaced by CH3. Okay. This H we are replacing by CH3. So this H we are replacing by CH3. So we are getting what in the sense ketone we are getting. So alkyl cyanide will give what in the sense ketone. Alkyl cyanide will give ketone. Okay. Hydrogen cyanide will give aldehyde. Next step. We will take alkyl cyanide. We will take alkyl cyanide. We will treat this with alkyl lithium. Alkyl lithium in the presence of what in the sense nitrogen gas. In the presence of nitrogen gas, what is the product we will see. Okay. Now this bond is shifting to R. It become minus. It is shifting to, it is attacking this carbon. This bond is shifting to N. It is getting a negative charge. It is attacking this. So we are getting RC, R dash, triple bond becomes a double bond. N is making bond with the Li. N is making bond with Li, we can say. Next, hydrolysis in the presence of acid. Hydrolysis in the presence of acid. What is the product? We'll see. We are breaking this bond. Here OH minus, this side H plus. We are breaking this bond here, OH minus, this side H plus. Why nitrogen side H plus? In the sense nitrogen is having negative charge. That's why. Here we are breaking here H plus, here OH minus. Okay. So what we are getting in the sense R C OH, here OH, here R dash, then ammonia, then LiOH. Okay. Then here what is removed in the sense this bond is shifting here, this bond we are shifting. So what we are getting in the sense R CO R dash. Okay. Ketone we are getting. So what is removed in the sense water is removed. So product is obtained. Okay. With alkyl lithium. So with alkyl lithium we are getting like this alkyl cyanide with alkyl lithium we are getting what product in the sense ketone is a product we are getting. Okay. So next reaction we'll see. Next reaction in the sense next reaction we'll see that Stepan reduction. Next reaction is what in the sense Stepan reduction. This Stepan reduction is also called what in the sense partial reduction. This Stepan reduction will also call it as partial reduction. Okay. This reaction we'll see. We'll take alkyl cyanide. This we will treat with the reducing agent. What in the sense SnCl to HCl. What is a reducing agent we are taking in the sense SnCl to HCl is a reducing agent we are taking. Okay. Here what is there means stannous is there. Stannous we will write it as Sn2 plus. HCl is having H plus. Stannous is converting into stannic. H plus is converting into nascent hydrogen. H plus is converting into nascent hydrogen. So here 2H plus we will write, 2 nascent hydrogen we will write. This nascent hydrogen is attacking this pi bond. Nascent hydrogen is attacking this pi bond, here 1H, here 1H. Therefore, we are getting CH3, CH, double bond, NH. We are getting like this. This is called what in the sense, we will call this is as imine, we will call this is as imine. This undergoes hydrolysis in the presence of acid. This imine undergoes hydrolysis in the presence of acid. Okay. How the hydrolysis is there, we'll see. This bond is breaking, here OH minus, here H plus. This bond is breaking, here OH minus, here H plus. This becomes ammonia and leaves. So what is there means CH3, CH, here OH, here OH is there. Okay. Now how the bond migration is there, we'll see. This bond is migrating like this, this bond is migrating like this. Therefore, we are getting what in the sense acetaldehyde, water is leaving. Okay. So we are getting acetaldehyde. Okay. Now in this place, why it is called a partial reduction in the sense this is reduction. This step is a reduction. Triple bond is converting into double bond. Therefore, partial. Okay. This reduction is called what in the sense Stepan reduction. We can say this Stepan reducing agent is not reducing CC double bond. CC double bond is not affected by Stepan reduction. Even CC triple bond also not affected by Stepan reduction. This reducing agent, that means stannous chloride in the presence of HCl is not affecting CC double bond or CC triple bond. Okay. Now we will see one reaction. We'll see one reactant will take here double bond is there. Here CN is there. Now we will treat this with stannous chloride and HCl. Stannous chloride and HCl. What is the result we will get means CN is converting into CH double bond NH. CN we are getting as a CH double bond NH. Double bond is not affected. CC double bond is not affected. Cyanide is converted into CH double bond NH. CC double bond is not affected. Then acidic hydrolysis. The CH double bond NH. NH is converting into ammonia. The CH is converting into CHO. CH is converting into CHO. Here double bond is there as it is. This reducing agent is not affecting CC double bond. This stannous chloride HCl is not affecting CC double bond, we can say. Okay. So next reaction we'll see. Next, we'll take a DIBALH we'll take. What is the meaning of this? This D is called di. This I is called iso. B is called butyl. B is called butyl. A is called Al is called aluminium. Al is called aluminium. H is called hydride. Okay. So diisobutyl aluminum hydride. It is a reducing agent. It is a reducing agent. Sir. Next we will take a LBAH. It is called what means? L is called lithium. L is lithium. B is butoxy. B is butoxy. What butoxy means? Tri-tertiary butoxy. Tri-tertiary butoxy. A is called aluminium. A is called aluminium. H is called hydride. This is also reducing agent. Both these reducing agents converting cyanide into imine. Cyanide into imine. Cyanide into imine. Both reducing agents do not affect CC double bond. Both reducing agents do not affect CC triple bond, like Stepan reduction. How Stepan reducing agent is there, like that only these two reducing agents also. Okay. Now we will go for one reaction. Here triple bond we have written, single bond, double bond, single bond, Cl. Okay. This we will take for Stepan reduction. Otherwise, for any one of these two reducing agents, what will happen in the sense? Triple bond is not affected. Even double bond is not affected. But cyanide is converting into imine. Cyanide is converted into imine, we can say. This is taken for acidic hydrolysis. It is taken for a what in the sense acidic hydrolysis. What happens means this is breaking. This is going for hydrolysis. So we will write triple bond as it is, double bond as it is. Then CH double bond NH we will write it as CHO. NH we will write it as ammonia. NH we have written as ammonia we have written. Okay, sir. Next we will see. Next reaction we will see. Now we will take the reactant. Here CC double bond is there. Then here ester we are taking. We have taken ester. Okay, COO is called ester. We are taking what is a reducing agent in the sense DIBALH we will take. Otherwise, LBAH will take. Just before we said two reducing agents, no, that two reducing agents will take. That two reducing agents does what in the sense? That two reducing agents is doing what? That two reducing agents breaking like this, here 1H, here 1H. Therefore, you are getting what is a product in the sense ester is converting into aldehyde and alcohol. Ester is converting into aldehyde and alcohol we are getting. Okay, ester into aldehyde we said in this using this reducing agent. General reducing agent means ester is converting into primary alcohols. It is also will undergo reduction to give alcohol. Primary alcohol, it will convert into primary alcohol. That means catalytic reduction. Nickel in the present, nickel, hydrogen, Raney nickel and hydrogen will take no. Ester will undergo reduction. That means it will convert into primary alcohol. It will also converting into primary alcohol. Catalytic reduction means CC double bond also will convert into CC single bond. Sir. Next we will go for hydrolysis of gem dialytes. Hydrolysis of gem dialytes will take. Okay. Hydrolysis of gem dialytes. Okay. Now gem dialide will take one example is CH3, CHCl2. CH3, CHCl2 will take. It is gem dialide. Gem dichloride will take. This undergoes hydrolysis in the presence of base. This undergoes hydrolysis in the presence of base. What is the base means potassium hydroxide, otherwise barium hydroxide will take. Sir. So what happens means hydrolysis in the sense Cl minus is replaced by OH minus. Cl minus is replaced by OH minus, we can say. Cl minus is replaced by OH minus, we can say. How the bond shift is, how the bond is shifting, that we will see. This bond is shifting to this place. This bond is shifting to this place. So what is leaving means water is leaving. So what we are getting in the sense, we are getting like this, acetaldehyde is the product. Acetaldehyde is the product. Okay. So gem dialide on hydrolysis in the presence of base gives what in the sense, here two OH groups attached to same carbon, it is unstable. So from this water is leaving. So we are getting what product in the sense, aldehyde is the product we are getting. Okay. So next gem dialide we will take. Now we will take gem dialide so and so. So and so gem dialide we will take. Okay. This we will take for hydrolysis in the presence of base. Why it is called gem dialide in the sense both halogens attached to same carbon, therefore it is called gem. Okay. Here hydrolysis in the sense Cl minus is replaced by OH minus. Cl minus is replaced by OH minus, therefore we are getting like this. Now two OH groups attached to same carbon, therefore it is unstable, therefore water is leaving from here. So what we are getting in the sense, we will get ketone, we will get ketone we are getting. Therefore, if that halogens carrying carbon is having hydrogen means aldehyde is the product. Here this carbon is carrying halogen, it is having hydrogen, therefore aldehyde is the product. Now this carbon is carrying halogens, it is not having hydrogen, therefore we are getting ketone. Okay, sir. Next we'll see oxo process. We'll see oxo process. In the oxo process, what we have to take in the sense alkene we have to take. To this we are adding water gas. Water gas in the sense carbon monoxide gas plus nitrogen gas. What is the catalyst we are taking in the sense octacarbonyl dicobalt. What is the product we are getting in the sense, aldehyde is the product. Octacarbonyl dicobalt is the catalyst here. Okay. Now, what is the alkene means? It is the alkene. What is the water gas means? Carbon monoxide gas plus hydrogen gas. Alkene is this one. Water gas is carbon monoxide gas plus hydrogen gas. What is the catalyst means? Dicobalt octacarbonyl. Dicobalt octacarbonyl is the catalyst. What is the product we are getting here? Here, what is the product we are getting in the sense also? That means here double bond is breaking. Here we have to give H. Here we have to give CHO. We have to give in this one. CHO we are giving. Okay. So therefore, we are getting aldehyde. That means one carbon is added. One carbon is added. Okay. So here 3 carbons are there, but here 4 carbons are there. One carbon is added here. Okay. So this is called the oxo process, we can say. Next we will see Waker's process. We'll see. Next we are seeing about a Waker's process. Waker's process we'll see. Now we will take alkene. For example, ethylene will take. Then palladium chloride will take. Palladium chloride. Then water. Then catalyst is cupric chloride. Catalyst is cupric chloride. Acidic medium. What is the product we are getting in the sense? Acetaldehyde is the product. Palladium chloride is converting into palladium and HCl we are getting. That means here how the reaction is taking place. How the reaction is taking place, that we'll see. One nitrogen is going to this place, one oxygen coming to this place. That is the product we are getting. Sir, now we will take a CH3, CH double bond CH2. It is alkene. What is the product we will get here? Okay. What is the product we are getting here? That we will see. Now this hydrogen goes to this carbon, oxygen comes to this carbon. Therefore, we are getting a ketone is the product. We are getting ketone is a product here. In this Waker's process, we are getting acetone. Okay, acetone we got. Then preparation of aromatic aldehydes we'll see. Now we are going for preparation of aromatic aldehydes. Preparation of aromatic aldehydes we'll see. We'll take toluene. We are taking toluene. This toluene is treated with what in the sense CrO3 in acetic anhydride. CrO3 in acetic anhydride. What is the product we are getting in the sense benzaldehyde is a product. Aromatic aldehyde is this one. Benzaldehyde is one example for aromatic aldehyde. Sir, this benzaldehyde is reacting with acetic anhydride to give benzol diacetate. That benzol diacetate formula we will give benzol diacetate we are giving like this. What is the name of this one in the sense it is called benzol diacetate. This benzol diacetate is taken for hydrolysis in the presence of acid. So what we are getting in the sense benzaldehyde we are getting. Benzaldehyde we are getting, then 2 times acetic acid we are getting. Sir, here itself we are getting benzaldehyde. No, then why to do like this? Why to do like this? Here, this benzaldehyde, this toluene, this CH3 is converting into aldehyde. As soon as CH3 is converting into aldehyde group, it is reacted by acetic anhydride and gives benzol diacetate. Sir, if acetic anhydride is not there, what will happen means this CrO3 is the oxidizing agent. It will convert this aldehyde into carboxylic acid. The CrO3 is the oxidizing agent. It will convert first CH3 into CHO. Then the CHO is converting into carboxylic acid if acetic anhydride is not there. If acetic anhydride is there, aldehyde is reacting with acetic anhydride rather than undergoing oxidation. This aldehyde is reacting with acetic anhydride preferentially when compared to oxidation. This on reacting with acetic anhydride, it becomes benzol diacetate. It is not undergoing oxidation. Sir, this we can separate. This on hydrolysis in the presence of acid, what we are getting means aldehyde and acetic acid. Sir, how the reaction takes place between this, how to convert this benzaldehyde into benzol diacetate, that we will see. Now, benzaldehyde we will write like this. It is benzaldehyde. Okay, benzaldehyde we have written. Acetic anhydride we will write. We will write acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride we have written like this. So how the reaction is possible we will see. This oxygen is attacking this carbon, this bond is shifting. So this O, here CO, CH3, here CO, CH3. Here O minus is there. Okay, this O minus is having 3 lone pairs. This O is having positive charge. Next, what happens means, next step is what means this lone pair is shifting here. This lone pair is this lone pair will not. This lone pair is not shifting like this. This lone pair is shifting to this side here. This bond pair is shifting to lone pair. So what we are getting, you see HC here pH here O. This O is making bond with CO carbon. Then here bond is detached. So OCO CH3. It is called benzol diacetate. So how benzol diacetate is formed in the sense like this. Okay, sir. So what is the necessity of this benzol diacetate? This toluene is treated with CrO3. This CrO3 is the oxidizing agent. This oxidizing agent converts CH3 into CHO. If acetic anhydride is not there, then the CHO undergoes further oxidation by CrO3 to give carboxylic acid. If acetic anhydride is there, the CHO preferentially react with acetic anhydride rather than undergoing oxidation. CHO on reaction with acetic anhydride gives benzol diacetate. This benzol diacetate is inert to oxidation. Inert to oxidation. It will not undergo oxidation. It is on hydrolysis in the presence of acid gives benzaldehyde. So how to prepare benzaldehyde with CrO3 means in the presence of solvent acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride we must take. Okay, sir.